Good morning. Good morning, Chișinău. Good morning, Moldova. It's nice to be here. Bună dimineața tuturor. Again, as I've been many times in conferences, events here in Moldova, coming from Bucharest, but also with investments and business projects here in Chișinău, in Moldova. I wanted to give you a bit of a view of the Romanian startup ecosystem, because I think it could be a good proxy for the Moldovan startup ecosystem, and we can probably learn a bit from what happened in Romania over the past, say, 10, 15 years with this ecosystem and how it's looking to grow. I'll talk about the framework in Romania, macroeconomical framework, then the development of the local startup scene. We'll be talking about the business angels a bit. VC funds, of course, is an important player in the ecosystem with regional cooperation and competition, and of course, the role of IFIs and government intervention in all this ecosystem. First, the macroeconomic framework. For Romania, IT is a very important part of the GDP. I don't know the exact situation here in Moldova, but I guess it could be an important part of Moldova's GDP as well. In particular, Romania is number 2 in the European Union in terms of the contribution of IT as a percentage of the total GDP of the country, only surpassed by Ireland, which is a country, as you all know, where a lot of the, or all of the big tech are setting their European headquarters because of the tax haven and facilities they have in Ireland. So a lot of the revenue that is in IT in Ireland is not really part of the local GDP. In Romania, indeed, a lot of this IT GDP comes from BPOs, but in the last years we've seen more and more new innovative IT products coming, in particular also from those BPOs and IT services companies as successful spin-offs. And also in terms of infrastructure, Romania went from very rudimentary 20 years ago to one of the best in Europe, and actually one of the best in the world in terms of broadband speed and IT infrastructure in general, which helps obviously for building the whole IT business and the technology startup ecosystem in the country. Of course, bureaucracy still is a problem, like everywhere in the region, but the relatively low taxes and the income and dividend tax being still low makes it attractive for both for the startups, but also for the investors, obviously. And in terms of the general evolution of Romania, we can say that Romania has the highest growth over the past 20 years from the time when Romania entered the European Union, 2007, so let's say in the last 18 years, the highest compound GDP growth from all the European Union countries, so that's quite a good performance, indeed starting from a low base. So again, maybe a few similarities here with Moldova, as Moldova is now an accession country, so you can look at sort of significant growth over the past 10, 15, 20 years. In terms of the local startup scene, we started from zero in the 90s, and the first startup projects only appeared many years after the revolution, after the change of the regime, and say late 90s. The first notable IT IPOs were only in the 2000s. Actually, I was part of one of these companies that successfully IPO'd on the Bucharest Stock Exchange in the early 2000s from the IT sector. And now, skipping forward to 2025, Romania can boast about a couple of unicorns, actually. If we're talking about UiPath, until the recent stock market correction, it was a dragon. And we're talking about potentially some new unicorns, depending on how the valuation of some of these high-rise startups is done. And of course, there are many other promising IT companies in Romania now, and it's always this question whether they are contributing enough to the local startup ecosystem and to the local economy, the Romanian economy, or rather being relocated early on to other jurisdictions such as the UK or the US, and then becoming basically foreign companies rather than remaining local companies. And on that one, As I was also discussing yesterday with some startup entrepreneurs, I could give an example of one of my friends who's the founder of Bitdefender, one of the largest Romanian IT brands and companies. He always insisted that he wanted the company to remain Romanian, and still now being a unicorn company, particularly with the fall of Kaspersky and the Russian-made, let's say, cybersecurity antivirus products, Bitdefender went up and up, and now it's a unicorn basically, but the company is still located in Romania, probably one of the very few unicorns in the region, which is still headquartered in the Eastern Europe rather than, for instance, the Estonian unicorns, which always have a headquarter in the UK or in the US, and UiPath in Romania, which obviously they have their headquarters in the US. But, of course, all these companies still contribute significantly to the local ecosystems because they employ thousands of people, because they are, doing a lot of activities in the country, in the countries. Moving to business angels as an important contributor to the ecosystem, we started from zero, and probably the first, as Ben mentioned in the introduction, the first interesting initiative was rather a TV show than an actual business structure. That was the Lions Arena, or the Dragon's Den in Romania, and I was part of that starting 2007, the year when Romania joined the European Union. And now there is a new such show on ProTV Romania, which is called the Lions Empire. Similar, also the same franchise, the same license from Sony Pictures BBC. And 18 years ago, I think it was very, very important for entrepreneurs to see what it means to start a business, to get financing for it, even though at the time it was relatively small amounts. I think our cap on the Romanian television Lions Arena was 100,000 euro per project. Now it's millions of euros in the Lions Empire, or in the Shark Tank, because probably some of you are watching the similar show from the US. And now, again, skipping forward to our time, we have in Romania quite a number of strong, vibrant business angel clubs and networks, such as the one in Bucharest, Tech Angels, the one in Cluj, Transylvania Angel Network, the one in Timișoara, Grăuceanu Business Angel Network. So already, in a number of Romania's IT hubs, we have these clubs of business angels that can actually help and are investing in very early stage in such promising tech startups. And one of the most recent important opportunities for the ecosystem is Seedblink, where Catalyst Romania, my fund, is a lead investor. Seedblink is the largest equity crowdfunding and investment platform from Romania and the region, and actually becoming a European-wide platform now, with getting both companies listed on the platform, and also investors from all across Europe, not only from the region. And in terms of VCs, again, and this is probably the situation of Moldova now, exactly 12 years ago, Romania had no VC. I was actually part of the first Romanian VC fund, Catalyst Romania Fund 1, a fund that was funded with the Jeremy Initiative at the time, a very small fund, a tiny fund of 15 million euro. But it had a very significant contribution because we showed that this kind of investments can be done in Romania with a Romanian-centric VC fund. And then this helped us as Catalyst Romania to go to the second fund. We were also the first second-generation fund in Romania. We were also the first Romanian VC fund able to invest regionally. So now we can invest in Bulgaria, Serbia, Western Balkans, Hungary, Moldova, and Ukraine. So this is maybe one of the reasons that I'm also here. Because we are interested in good investments here as well. We are not limited anymore to just the Romanian geography, even though, of course, we are still sort of centric on Romania, as we are headquartered in Bucharest and domiciled in Luxembourg. And over time, from zero, we went to something like 200 million euros in capitalization of these venture capital funds, including private funding. And now we have already the resilience program of Romania that comes with another 400 million euros of public funding managed by EIF, by the European Investment Fund, and already creating A lot of new funds, actually, almost 20 new funds should be created. 10 of them are already sort of approved by EIF. But of course, capacity building is still a problem in Romania, as it is everywhere in the region. And in terms of the IFI, the institutional financial investors, and the role of government, again, I will say, as a closing note, that the intervention of governments and IFIs is very important in the region. It's actually very important everywhere in Romania, that Romania is still behind countries like Poland, Hungary, or Bulgaria in terms of this kind of IFIs playing a significant role and putting a lot of money into the market, and government also having already their own investment funds, fund of funds, government fund of funds, both in Poland, Bulgaria, also in Hungary. But Romania is following suit with this allocation from the Resilience and Recovery Program of 400 million euros. And already, as I said, almost 10 funds were approved. Not all of them are VC or early stage funds. Some of them are more private equity or growth capital. But still, between almost 20 funds of various types in the end, which the end should be in 2026. This creates actually a lot of opportunities for financing projects from Romania, but also a part of this money could be earmarked for Moldova. And talking about the end, this is my end of the presentation. Thank you very much.